Hello everyone, and welcome to Short Rest for episode 89. What are we on?
What's my age again?
Is 89? Hold on.
Yeah, because we always make the joke that we never make it to the milestone.
That's right.
Hey, we have to take a break.
Steve, you know what time it is?
Tool time?
It's time to oblige to our legal requests.
Of course it is. My name is Steve. I work for Wizards of the Coast as a community manager. My thoughts and opinions are my own, but I do definitely have some thoughts about today's session. So why don't we get started?
Perfect. I want to apologize. Caleb he woke up bad. He was crying when he woke up.
Aww.
He's okay. You're all right, buddy. I'm sorry. We woke you up because you shouldn't be sleeping that long. Hey, they don't teach you things when it comes to being
for
a
sure.
parent.
No, they're like wake windows. What is that?
Yeah.
Sleep schedules? Like, what?
Yeah, they're just like, feed them. And I'm like, cool. What about sleeping? They're like, bye. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, they sleep 8 hours like every normal person. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Let's go
No, they
through
don't.
the events of today's game, first of all. We began with you finally rushing and running away from the Forest Binder, who was dealing some salt. I was so hoping you guys were going to fight it. You know how much damage it was doing. A lot.
Yeah, no.
It was
I
doing
wanted to fight it.
Oh, boy.
I mean, if we didn't get away from it and I was that close on my next turn, I was like just gonna do word of recall and be like, we're out. Like, no.
I would have put you all the way back.
I know, and everybody would have been pissed. I was like, okay, well, if I'm about to like this much go down and this guy's gonna keep hounding us, like we're screwed.
But yeah, anyway, so you guys were able to run, find some safe place to sleep. Man, imagine that if neither both Savannah or Rolly got natural 20s on survival. You guys wouldn't have a long rest. That means you guys would have suffered another day's worth of hot rain, and you would have began Waynard with, in the middle of the day, with lower HP and barely any spells. But because of those natural 20s, hurrah to you guys. God, that would have been wicked. And then you guys made it to Waynard. Welcome to the Domains Varsal.
I have questions, but go ahead.
My tacos.
Man.
My tacos. I'm so mad.
Get any of.
The fact that we ate like 60, I mean, obviously the bear had some, but I'm just like, man, Vera is probably running through this crowd of people like with the little waddle because she had so many tacos.
You guys were carrying a crate of tacos.
I think we were probably carrying 2 crates, but we finished one.
Yeah, so many tacos, little man.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
I built a few things for you guys, but obviously we're not getting to them, so I can talk about them now. For some dumb reason, if you wanted to watch some whales, you could have. They would have never shown. There was a whale watching thing. There was the sorted pile that was a pawn shop. Who knows what you could have found in there?
I feel like it would have only been fitting if we went with Sav to that one because of shinies.
I know, I low-key wanted to go to the pawn shop, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm currently in a disguise that I need to take advantage of. Which
fair.
ended up biting me in the ass, so, but we'll get there.
Yeah, and then there was the bazaar, which I was looking. I'm not a purveyor of actual bazaars. I don't go. We don't have that in LA, or at least near us. And I was like, oh man, they have a lot of cool stuff. They have like open candy and dried fruit and a bunch of it, like a marketplace essentially. And I was like, great. So there was like, you guys could have got candy. I made a few NPCs who sold candy. A couple sold dry fruit. One that sold dry coffee. Sorry, not dry coffee, strong coffee. I don't know why I said dry.
I was like, dry coffee? Like ground?
But you guys went to Bell's Tacos. Hey, we finally made it. 19 levels.
How many years later?
I know, it's actually been, I think you can actually say that.
Yeah. Well, campaign time, yeah.
Also, you can't go wrong with a taco.
No, except it is not Bell's Taco. Now I'm saying Taco Bell.
Unfortunately, about around 30 tacos were tossed down the stairs.
That's a crying shame.
I rolled a 9, and you wanted a 12 or higher.
Mad. Rolly mad about that.
Broly's mad. Savannah didn't get jack none.
Well, you don't
Yeah,
even
you
know
blame your dad
that
for
we
that.
had that many tacos. You know, we were in line. We didn't know we got 2 crates.
All I'm gonna say is that your dad knows about it, and he needs to pay me what I'm owed.
I paid for
And
it.
I will get. Go with me on this. Here. Just go with me on this. Okay? Just once for once. Just go with me on this. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. He needs to pay me what he owes, and I will get my due. And yes, that is a threat.
I have a question. If we didn't go into the speakeasy, were we not going to find him?
I marked down where he was. If you didn't go in the speakeasy, there was a chance that you could have slipped by. He had to still go through the normal tavern.
Yeah.
The question is, if you never went to the tavern, you may have never found him. That's even further chance of you never finding him.
The moment you said Proud Witcher's Tavern, I was like, that sounds cool. I'm going to go there. So
I was so excited. I was like, drinks, yes. Nice, a nice refreshing beverage to wash down these glorious tacos.
I'm just amused by the character parallels. It's like, yeah, he would be found in the secret place under a bar.
Isn't that funny?
I'm just, it's like had to send a panic sending. Found your dad under a bar. Broly's about to punch him. Okay, bye.
But the funny thing is, what I wanted to set the scene in a way where you knew. If you forgot, that's on you, because I did say when you guys were in the Proud Witch's Tavern that there were a lot of striped leg people who were off duty drinking.
Well, I was just keeping an eye out in general. I was like, if we happen to run into him.
Yeah. And then when you guys finally, I was like, this is a contingency in case you guys decide to be aggressive. And of course, you can always expect Rolly to be a slightly bit aggressive.
If you destroy
not
his
socially awkward.
food, yes. If you
Okay, here's the thing.
Like, discretion is not a thing.
Here's the thing. In my defense,
Uh-huh.
I am here for what I assume to be refreshing drinks, and I'm ecstatic about finally getting to try these tacos that have been bugging me from this box for many moons. That's how many moons. And now I have to talk to this guy who apparently is Savannah's dad and is working for the person I'm trying to kill.
And you shoved a taco in his mouth.
Is he friendly? Is he not?
All right, let's.
And I'll get there. Okay, I'll get there. I am told literally split second, there's Savannah's dad. Go get him. I'm running with my tacos because ain't nobody taking these from me. And I finally get here and I do the friendliest thing I've ever done. I share my food with a complete stranger. I offer him a taco and he says no.
By the way,
Who refuses a taco?
I mean, I thought that was the friendliest Rolly was ever going to be when he was like, I can give him a taco. And I was like, sure, why not? Let's try it.
I think it's very appropriate that Savannah wasn't there, because now I can actually ask you, Temple, if Savannah was being approached by a random stranger and fed a taco, would you have not pulled out your claws and threatened him?
Dude, try. No, I would not take the taco. I would threaten them.
So that was also something I had to keep in mind. Every little small nuance of detail that Sonovan did is something Savannah would do.
I caught on to that.
Yeah. So it's like if Savannah was being surrounded by the Raven's Kiss and you're like, this person's really bothering me and they're bringing up some personal stuff they shouldn't know, bring them in. Like, we're going to have a talk and, interrogate them. I feel also that'd be like if you had numbers on your side, you'd do that too.
Caleb agrees.
That's what they were supposed to do. They were just supposed to grab him to take him somewhere to talk.
I don't think we were going to grab him with 30 people behind him.
I would honestly prefer Rolly punched him in the face, knocked him out, and throw him over his shoulder.
At first I didn't want to punch him in the face. I wanted just to talk with him, and I wanted to offer him a taco as a nice little gesture of peace. And then he decides to go off the rails, and
he goes off the rails.
Yeah, he goes off the rails.
He pulled a thing to your face, and you went.
He put his hand on me, and not just anywhere. He put it in the one place, the only place that tacos are supposed to go into.
I can't believe I'm gonna defend this man, but Rolly, think of it this way. You offered a stranger a taco.
in these trying times.
Wait,
yes.
I have a question.
And then
Hey.
he heard a strange voice in his head saying something about his kid.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Don't blame me for that
So
one.
That was
yeah,
me
he
because
probably
I
freaked out.
knew Rolly was probably gonna punch him, and I'm like, okay, gotta save it. But I think slightly Vera was laughing to the center. I like panicked, but laughing to herself that Rolly just fully put a taco
Listen,
in a
I'm gonna be
romance round.
completely honest with you. Had he not put his hand on my mouth, I would not have put a taco in his face. That was my sign and gesture of goodwill.
Well, you guys were...
The moment he's like, no, all bets are off.
So you guys were essentially arrested, brought into the military facility. By the way, back up a bit. We had a bit of an invisibility romp with both Roman and
Yeah.
Savannah.
Both groups did not do this well, okay?
Not at all. Not at all.
Let's make something clear. No.
He's right, you know.
It was one
Tell him,
of those
Caleb.
that sounded like a good idea, and then once we started, I was just like, this is a dumb decision, and now I have to go through with. So, because all we found out was like, oh yeah, he's been involved about 27 years.
Yeah, so
And also
he
we
left
fully
when
blown
you were like
Roman
5.
covered, so.
But you found some information. One, he was the outsider who joined, who started to rise in the ranks. I really want to discuss the last talk in the tent.
But part of it.
Well, I want to know what your thoughts are. Some things were said, some things were, given.
I feel like he's a shred too gone. I think character-wise, when he's like this adamant, like yes, he's showing us things, but I'm just like, I think Vera's like, I'm not gonna enact anything unless he does something harmful or unless Sav tells me something.
But that's the thing, like, he's giving us way more than I was expecting if he was that far gone.
Still don't trust
But
him.
he's still stuck on freedom, and like, freedom from what?
By the way,
Or
when you guys were talking about the family and if he cares, he was like, yeah, I wrote it down and I specifically marked something where he was like, yeah, I miss Sheba, yourself, Noah, and then he doesn't remember Mia and Arthur's names.
Yeah, he said the little ones, and I
He's
was
like,
like,
"The
isn't
little
one of
ones."
them named Arthur? I was like,
It's me and Arthur.
Yeah, he's not fully a good guy. We already know that.
I'm like, yeah, the two that were barely kids when you ran off, those two. Which is why I'm saying, I'm like, we were willing to accept that, like, you wanted your freedom, you wanted to go find the world. Okay, cool, that's within Tabaxi nature. You're betraying the entire race, not race, but the entire, like, well, I need a being because not everybody are humans. The entire world with your actions now.
He wants to free everyone from this outside force.
I know they don't know what Kool-Aid is in this world, but I'm like, bro, you need to stop drinking that shit.
What are your thoughts? So, there was some
So-
revelations that the Dreamer is actually not the goal.
It's a step. But a step to what?
I think that just made my gut sink, like Vera's gut sink. Like, it gets worse. Like, I don't know why we didn't think it didn't get worse, but like, you know.
So, possibly erasing all of the universe isn't the worst thing. That's a step to something. Or, she's looking for a specific dream, because she did say looking for secrets.
She was, I think the way it was mentioned was that
She
what
overheard.
Sonovan knows is that, or at least from probably his talkings with Olivia Blake, is that the story goes more than just when she met the Dreamer when she was young, Catherine Evergrey, and she was revealed this secret. It wasn't just arcane secrets. It was secrets about everything, something specific that bothered her very much so, and had her questioning on what actions she should be taking. At first, you can assume she tried to separate and destroy one, and keep one particular magic. I know. And now then she was trying to collect, magic from everyone, got denied. And now she's doing something else. And you guys know that she's trying to find the Dreamer. He's a stepping stone.
I just see him army crawling underneath his chair.
So,
Whatever the secret, the thing that they're making is in the basement of this laboratory basement. Fine.
I think the only question I didn't ask in character is if those, I don't want to call them towers, but I guess they were pillars with those orbs on it, like in the first lab, if those were in there, like this one. Because she was like summoning crazy dead things with those, or animating. I don't remember exactly how they worked.
You're heading into a brand new lab.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting used for bait.
I can't tell if we are or aren't, and that's what's bugging me. Like, half my brain is all like, we're being used for bait, but the other half is all like, are you being sincere, or am I just wanting you to be sincere?
I think there was another piece of information you learned, is that the striped leg have always been guards and bodyguards for old royal families, and the Blakes were a royal family back in the day.
I think one question...
Not royal, noble.
Oh, that means this collaboration goes back ages, is what I took from that.
Probably a select set of members within the clan, yeah.
I think the only thing I didn't ask him what he's failing at. Just that he's failing at it. Whatever it is.
Well, I mean, it's a way to think about it, and you can definitely have brought it up. I mean, what did Savannah do when she was before the adventure? She was a runner. She collected things. She found things. And more than likely, Blake is asking for stuff, and he just can't find it. They have a runner.
All I know is that if this is a trap that he's devised, Sav, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Like I said when we were by ourselves, it's all like, do I want a relationship with them? We can see how that pans out, but do I fully trust them? No.
I'm trying to think here.
I think what bothers Vera is the fact that he told us we were going to go in there and destroy all this stuff, and he's like, it'll be fine. I'm like, that has to bother you somewhat, even if they do rebuild. Like, I'm not going to lead you to the place that, like, all my stuff is and destroy it and be like, oh, I'll replace it. It's totally fine.
More of, like, oh, like, the things we're going to disrupt is just to get them, you know, distracted, and they can figure that out. So, that's how I took that.
I think this is one thing I can't touch upon, because obviously future sessions and revelations, but yeah, I think he obviously doesn't want you. I mean, if the choice of not burning the place down is fine, he would rather go for that. But he did mean it, to Rolly's point of, like, do you even care about your family? And he does care enough to go, I will bring this swarm of bees, you guys, into my house to show you that everything's fine. And I can only imagine you're going to destroy something. Just destroy the power. You know, disrupt it for a bit. He's not really expecting you guys to do fire. He's only asked you to destroy the power, which will set back the laboratory for maybe some time, but not fully hinder it.
I just had a thought, though. It's like the thought of, like, a fanatic of, like, yeah, I'm gonna let you do whatever it is because I'm so deep into what I believe that it doesn't matter. So yeah, he's gonna let us, you know, set them back because he believes in his freedom.
He wants to be free. Free from this force.
Yeah, Caleb, he... Yeah. That don't
I'm
rub Vera the wrong way.
I'm angry by this whole thing.
I was just like,
And we're taking a break.
I know.
First of all, enjoy.
Proper cliffhanger.
Yeah. I think honestly, if there was gonna be ever a cliffhanger, it's gonna be this one.
And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna be like, oh crap.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Damn it. Hey, it gives me time to build the laboratory. I have its outline.
So it's not a carbon copy of the other one.
Oh no, I've spent a few days on this.
Oh no.
Of what to find, of what each room is. Yeah, when you guys come back, it's gonna be a full-on dungeon. We haven't done a dungeon crawl in a bit.
Every encounter with you is a dungeon crawl. It hurts.
I think the last time we
Get a map.
did them was
Build a map.
when we had the guys on from, I can't, like, Almost Heroes.
Oh, that was some time ago.
No, technically the last dungeon crawl you guys did was the Dreamer.
Oh, okay.
Within his
Oh,
space.
that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't count that one because of, like, caves. But
It was very
little-
small. I made
Yeah.
a very small thing. This one, get some paper.
Yeah, that one was like sewers, and we had to go certain ways and had vents and crap. And I was like, yeah, no, that's a dungeon crawl.
Get a pen and paper for this one. This is gonna be a bit, guys.
Okay.
I don't like it, but I respect your right to do it.
Now I want tacos, even though I know you're gonna tell me I had tacos. This does not replace the want.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this short rest. We'll see you guys next time. Episode
Bye.
90. Bye.
Tacos!
All right. And ending.